Hello everyone, my name is Maxim. I represent Team Greenfin in Intelligence Hunt 8, a student and company competition organized by C-Focus International. We are working with Finnpilot. Let's get started.
Hello, my name is Suresh. I'm talking about case assignment. The company is committed to reducing its CO2 emission by half by 2030. Team Greenfin task is to help the company find solution to achieve that goals. Next is direction. A task like this require a complex solution with multiple directions to be investigated. There are changes to be made on operation side, fuel usage, boat construction, and there are long-term projects to be worked on.
My name is Jonathan. So for a case like this, we propose 3 strategies: a short-term strategy, which is a non-technological approach that focuses on changes in operations of the boats by reducing speed, which reduces fuel consumption, and also the increased usage of HVO. We also propose a mid-term strategy, which is to expand the usage of mufflers tracking software, and also the Volvo Penta IPS as a new propulsion system in the new boat building phase. And the long-term strategy is to convert to remote pilotage. Yeah, as regards the operational changes, we propose on fast boats to reduce speeds to high speed optimum of 21 knots and low speed optimum of 8 knots. And for the pilot quarters, reduce speed from 10 knots to 8 knots. Then for the tracking software, boats that have this system implemented already could be used as performance example for boats without this system. And drivers should be trained and monitored to drive eco-friendly. To you.
As for the technical solution, unfortunately, retrofitting or partially rebuilding existing boats is not viable economically. Too much investment for too little return. So a solution like this is to be implemented on new boat models. This is Volvo Penta IPS, a propulsion system with individually steerable propellers that would result in decreased fuel consumption and CO2 emissions. Another solution to possibly look into later in the future may be hybrid engines. Those are engines that run on both fuel and accumulator batteries, like in hybrid electric cars.
One of the other possible solutions is remote pilotage, when the vessel is guided remotely by pilots who are situated on land. Key roles here go to technology, communication, and training. And the data transfer must be faultless between the vessels, fairways, and future remote pilot stations. In such scenario, fuel consumption is minimal, if there is any, but it is also technically complex and needs really good developers. And it is also a long-term solution. Yeah, Anastasia, take over, please.
Last but not least, we created a roadmap of the solutions to be implemented. First of all is to employ HVO in all of the operations and the speed reductions. Those are the solutions that can be already implemented shortly. Both of those solutions will result in roughly minimization of CO2 emissions by 25%. And next would be the implementation of Volvo Penta equipped new boats with the priority on the high intensity stations, resulting roughly in the minimization of 25% and changing half of the fleet by 2030.
All in all, these measures combined would help Finnpilot to reach its goal of reducing CO2 emissions by 50% by year 2030. When it comes to fuel consumption, even though with those measures implemented, the costs for fuel, which would be HVO, would increase, it would be balanced out by the decreased fuel consumption overall. And even though one of the drawbacks of the Volvo Penta IPS is that it's not a suitable solution for heavy pilot cutters, those are still greatly affected by the operational changes. All in all, that was it. Thank you for your attention. Now let's hear your questions.